what?
I'll get there. Welcome back to not the 58th episode of the Addicted Podcast. Under terrible circumstances, the file was corrupted, and as our good old host Marcel is adventuring in Mexico, I can't emergency call him for an episode.
Is that what we call it now? Adventuring?
That's what we're going to call it. He's in an adventure to Mexico. And so we have co-host Hill here, who's filling in for the next couple weeks while he's gone. But we're just going to do a short little introduction with him since, last notice hiccups. But it's okay. We also don't have. I don't know what our songs of the week were last week because it doesn't look like I added them to the playlist or we didn't talk about it. So,
no.
So we're just not going to do a song of the week this week, but that's fine. It's just quick. We're just introducing Hill. How are you, Hill?
I'm doing pretty good.
That is good to hear. What did you? How was your Thanksgiving? What did you do?
Well, everybody asked me where my twin was, and I truthfully didn't know. So I was like, I think he's at work, but don't ask me that. And then I made Brussels sprouts.
Nice. Brussels sprouts is an underrated Thanksgiving food to me. Like, they're good.
It's like a mini cabbage.
Yeah, it is. It's like a mini cabbage.
But everyone was like, how do you make it? And every year I can't remember exactly. So it kind
together.
of varies, but it always turns out well. Because I always boil it for 20 minutes. And then I get butter and garlic. This year I didn't do bacon, but normally I do bacon. I'll cook bacon.
Ooh.
And then I saute the Brussels sprouts, and I kind of cook it with the butter. We got another 15 minutes with a lid on it when I remember to put the lid on. It's always a hit. They turn out super soft.
I woke up at 4 p.m. on Thanksgiving, and I don't know if you know this about me. I don't know if the people listening to this know this about me. I'm not a holidays person. The only holiday I give a damn about is Halloween.
Yep. That's a good one.
But so I didn't really I don't do anything special. But I did tell my mom on Wednesday before Thanksgiving that I would get the gutters cleaned out for my grandma. And then it got pretty late, and my mom was like, "Okay, well, don't do it in the dark. Just do it tomorrow." And I'm like, "Okay." So I was like, "All right, I'll do it in the morning." She's like, "I'll bring you food if you promise not to do it in the dark, because I don't want you to do something dangerous, or I don't want you to bother the neighbors in the middle of the night."
Well, the neighbors, how you clean out these gutters?
Well, I use a leaf blower.
God, my father'd get me up there on a ladder and use my hand.
I ended up using my hand for most of it, but I like to use the leaf blower for what I can use it for. But that's the obnoxious part.
And that's fair.
And so I woke up at 4 p.m. on Thursday, and I went, well, fuck, there's literally no way I don't do this kind of in the dark, because as it's November, light's already fading. And so I was like, okay, I'll wake up and I'll just go do it real quick. So, and I didn't think about this until later, but I realized that at 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving, when pretty much everyone in our neighborhood was probably inside eating and trying to think, I'm on my roof blaring my leaf blower.
Oh no. Jesus.
So that gave me my kick for the evening, was realizing I probably bothered 8 people on Thanksgiving with a leaf blower in the middle of the night. Well,
it happens.
Yeah. It
had to get done.
It had to get done. It did have to get done, and I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So I was like, fuck, even though it's going to be dark, I got to get up there and do it. And then I did end up using my hands for most of it, so it wasn't super obnoxious. But yeah, I didn't think about the fact that it was Thanksgiving until I was doing other things, and then I just got this immense joy inside me. I was like, I just fucked with everyone in a 2-block radius with my leaf blower.
See, I was told dinner wasn't going to be ready until 5. I got up at 4 in the morning. I was like, all right, let's play some games, and then take a nap, get up. And my older brother calls me. He's like, "Hey, dinner's at 4." Like, I'm not even ready.
Oh no.
Like, I need
Yeah.
a shower and
Yeah.
yeah. Usually dinner's late. They say 5, and it's like 6:37.
That's what I would expect. Is like 5 to 6:37. But
It depends on what side of my family. My
mm,
maternal side, no, that's how it is.
that's
My
fair.
father's side, if you get told what time dinner is, you better show up early.
That's I respect both methods.
I only respect the one, and if you tell me a time and I wait an hour and a half, ah,
Well, okay, that's fair. If we get into like they say 5, I show up at 5, and then dinner doesn't start until 6 or 6:30, that would frustrate me. But if it's like a like oh it was planned at 5, but like everyone was told a little bit beforehand it's going to be a little late, and I have that extra hour to just dick off and smoke some weed or whatever, I'll take advantage of the hour and it won't bother me too much. But if I show up at a time and the event is not ready at that time, absolutely would be frustrated.
yeah, I don't like that kind of shit. My mother knows this.
I'm very known for showing up what I like to call fashionably late. But I try to be early to things that I am passionate about. I try to be.
Yeah, see, my father instilled, even though we don't talk much, he installed on the whole show up early.
I was raised in a show up early household. If my grandma hears this, she would be irritated hearing me that I don't show up early to everything because that's just how she is.
Grandma got it right.
But something, yeah, she no, she really did. She got it right. But somewhere along like I want to say 24ish, I started realizing like nobody gives a shit if you're 3 minutes late to anything, as long as you actually do what you're supposed to do. So I've always had,
It's
I've,
one thing, but
I've always had the mentality of if I at least get done what I'm supposed to get done, why does anyone care? But that is also turned into a very filthy bad habit of me showing up like 3 to 5 minutes late to everything instead of occasionally. And I used to be a like 10 to 15 minute early person in general. Like the first 3 months of me working at Bottle Drop, I think I showed up like 10, 15 minutes, and then after like 3 months, I was like, "Fuck this shit! I'm not showing up this early anymore."
yeah, no, it's how it always starts. This new job will be a little different. I can't get away with that.
I I wish I could get myself back on that schedule of always showing up like at least 5 minutes early.
Join FS, you'll get there.
Oh, in automotive, I was there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
There
I'm
was no
still
late.
debating with this job, depending on if a trainer spot opens, jumping back over. Sorry, that was my main goal, and still is my goal, is to be a trainer.
That would that actually be pretty fucking dope.
Kinda. I mean, I just spent $300 on tools.
Good point.
Well, thank God for A firm.
Yeah, thank God for credit card companies.
That's well, yeah. Luckily, A firm. I've never been able to use A firm until I got a house.
That is interesting to me because I felt like Affirm was the easiest company for them to give me a access to.
Part of it's because when I was with my ex-wife, she and I killed my credit.
Oh, I forget. Ex marriages will do things. Take credit. Even
Yeah,
if you have decent credit in the marriage, like I'm pretty sure credit card companies like
and
do.
technically during the divorce, I could have had her help me pay it off, but I was like, I don't really care. I
I,
just want nothing to do with her outside of my children.
yeah, I'm not that guy. Like I understand that. I would not be asking her to fucking help. Even if it was a very easy thing for her to do, very easy thing for me to ask. Like weirdly enough, when it comes to money or like people's actual effort, I'll do everything in my power to not make them go out of their way for me. So if I was going through a divorce, I'd be getting that shit done on like the daily.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm also the kind of person where I love people until it's over. I have a high passion and tolerance for people. Like I love people a lot, But once they've clicked into that spot of I no longer care about you, it's like I could not, I cannot flip them back kind of shit. It's really hard. I've only done it with one person in my life where I clicked them into the I don't give a fuck about you place, and then they came back into like my best friend.
You have to do a lot to do that for me.
It takes a lot, but fortunately, I have kind of learned boundaries. Like, but Boatman's probably he's probably the best example of like I cared a lot about him, but he really did just start hitting the buttons like one too many times.
Yeah, he kind of. Seeing his post the other day, I kind of took him off my friends list. He's out there now.
Yeah, it's hard to keep people around when all they are is negative energy. That's kind of it for me. If people can find a way to find like be positive even in negative situations, then I can fuck with you. But
Yeah, but it's just he's toxic repeatedly over and over again, and then uses his whole "I'm Christian." No, that's not an excuse to be a douchebag, man.
he's like he is the youngest boomer I've ever met.
Yeah, basically, it's a little terrifying. Sometimes you just gotta cut out the toxicity.
Yeah. Like and that's the weird thing is like I have no ill will towards him. I don't want him to fail. I don't want him to like be in a bad place. I want him to succeed. But I just got to a point where there's nothing I can provide for that outcome anymore.
No, because at the rate he was going to take people with him.
That's kind of how I felt. Was like he was just starting to drag certain people down. I even noticed it at work is like I was starting to feed off his negative ass attitude and I'd be all pissy about shit at work, but like almost I'd say 80% of the time I'd throw a fit at work. I'd go home and be like, what am I mad about? It's not that deep.
Well, I mean, maybe it was 50-50. 50% him, 50% my little brother. Your boss isn't quite the best.
He he he, he definitely adds to the plate sometimes.
Adds to it. Shit, he almost shits all over that plate. My God, man.
He goes for the second serving every once in a while.
That's like, my God, you fight with me about stuff that has no bearing.
He's so funny. Oh my god! Today there was I was walking by the double doors looking out, and I saw in the front of the house, right, and I saw
Uh-huh.
two cops just standing in line, and I was like, my first thought was, whatever, and then I went, wait, are they there watching someone, like waiting for them to leave type shit? So I looked out again, and they were just standing in line, and I'm like, do they just need green bags? Because I do notice them the cops drop them through our door sometimes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just go see if they need green bags, and I walk out there to ask them. I go, do you gentlemen need green bags? Partially because I want them to not be in my building. I don't like cops; they make me uncomfortable. But
Nope, I'm with you there.
and I'm like, I'll just get them out of here. So I'm like, do you guys just need some green bags? And they're like, oh yeah. And I start walking towards the counter, and I see Chris standing there, and he's just standing there like any other employee would. But he looks fucking dazed, like he woke up out of a children's nap. You know how like a kid wakes up with the messy hair, and they're like, ooh. He looked like he woke up out of a kid's nap, and I'm like, are you good, dude? I'm like, I didn't even see you there. They just need green bags, and I walked back into the back because if he was there, I wasn't gonna fucking do it. But
Yeah, well, yeah, no, thanks. Did I tell you about it's Wednesday?
wait, what?
So I'm on my way back from Newport. Mind you, so I thought it was a 15. It was a 17-hour day, by the way.
Jesus
So,
Christ!
so it's foggy. It's the mountains, so it's like hardly visible. I kind of was going fast, and by fast, kind of, I mean I was doing 80, 85, following the yellow line all the way back. But I get right about where I know the merge lane, the last merge lane before you hit Philomath is. It's like, all right, I'm gonna slow down. I'm going a little too fast.
Uh huh.
I see this truck flying up behind me. I'm like, I'm already in the pass lane, so whatever. Well, we get to the end and he hasn't passed me. Well, then lane ends, he cuts me off, and I'm like, all right, well, what the hell, man? All of a sudden, he gets past me, and then there's this other guy behind me, and he's like right up on my behind. I'm like, what the hell? So I start to go a little faster. He speeds up. Start going faster again. He speeds up more, and I'm like, all right, what in the hell? Well, I hit 70, and all of a sudden there's red and blues behind me. I'm like, oh, wonderful. Am I spending my another Thanksgiving in county? No, I pull off the side. He shoots past me and goes after the truck, and I'm like, mother.
Now I do remember you telling me this because we talked about. I was like, oh my god, that would have been the like second holiday in a row almost. Not in a row, but
It would have been actually because, well, I guess not
oh
because Fourth of July last year, and I guess
yeah,
you kind of, and then
4th of July
Thanksgiving
and then
this year
Thanksgiving this year. That's crazy.
would have been my luck,
That would have been your luck, dude.
but he
Glad you
didn't.
didn't.
So you know,
I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad you're here because that would have
imagine
been.
calling FS like, hey guys, I'm not gonna be in today.
Oh my
I'm
god,
county.
you're in county. Marcel's in Mexico.
She's just all over the place right now.
uh, it's everyone's natural habitat. Sorry.
Yeah, just apparently it's mine and Marcel's, I guess.
Oh no. I'm
Mister,
so.
I go. Mister, I almost caught syphilis. Jesus.
Oh my god. I'm glad.
Don't pick up girls from the bar. My God, Marcel.
Honestly,
Oh, hey, here's a fun fact. Did you know that Safeway, I believe South has it. I saw it tonight, and I think Northeast Safeway is getting it. They will have Pokemon machines inside of them.
a a whole lot.
Pokemon machine that sells like packs of cards, sells like the booster bundles, ETBs.
That's wild.
Yeah, I just saw it tonight, and most of the good stuff was sold out. A little spendy, considering I bought a 36 packs of Twilight Masquerade for 120, and they were asking 161.
Damn.
And
What?
I was like, no.
160, bro. God damn.
I was like, yeah, if I want cards, I'll just order it off of TCG Player, because my God, why are you upcharging?
Yeah. It's like they're just trying to upcharge to pay for the machines they decided to make.
Basically.
That's, yeah. Weird. Weird business strategy. Don't know if
Yeah,
I'll
I
buy anything out of them, but I will go take a peek.
it was cool. Like I said, I've seen them on TikTok before, and it was like, oh, all right, that's cool. I mean, I came here to pick up my meds, but this is interesting. Let's find out about this. Then I saw the prices. I was like, I could get it cheaper elsewhere. But it's nice to know there's a place here in town, I guess. Oh, what a week.
Um, you want to do one Am I the Asshole?
Sure.
Let's do one Am I the Asshole. Rein in, rein in Thanksgiving with seeing how dumb people are online. I almost said a rein in the new year. The fuck.
I mean, I'll be raiding in the new year sitting at home for a whole 10 days. At least
And
they're letting me keep my holidays.
yeah, that's good. Okay, here we go. Am I the asshole for yelling at a lady on her phone before Wicked? Oh,
Hello?
oh, we have a surprise guest. It's Lil Dog.
Hey,
How's it going, Lil Dog?
it's going, dude. It's going good.
You want to play some Halo?
Hell yeah, I want to play some Halo.
Alright, I'll be on Halo in just a minute. We're actually recording a quick supplemental for our podcast. Because
Oh,
because
my bad.
no, it's okay. Usually we're in the Discord for the podcast, but Hill is filling in for Marcel while he's in Mexico.
Gotcha.
It's a whole thing. So yeah, welcome to the podcast.
What's up?
We're gonna
Nobody go for a bit, buddy.
no, you're good. You wanna give your answer for this? Am I the asshole? We're doing an Am I the asshole real quick, and
Yeah.
then we're calling it.
All right.
Okay, am I the asshole for yelling at a lady on her phone before Wicked? Just left the movie and I'm curious. The first video saying turn off your phone goes and she's scrolling on Facebook with her brightness up. The second video saying to get off your phone goes and she's still on it. So I yelled down, it's stadium seating, like 3 rows for her to turn it off. She did it the rest of the show too. After the movie, the lady says I have an ugly voice, and I joke that I love the compliment on my voice. And I loudly say to my friend, what the fuck? This person can't write in English. Loudly say to my friend, wonder if that's the lady I yelled at after she wouldn't listen to Jeff Goldblum to turn off her phone. And I say,
Ah.
and I say, stay mad when she and her husband were shaking their heads in disgust. So am I the asshole?
No, if you keep your phone on with if you have the brightness down to like minimal and nobody can see it, that's one thing. If it's on the whole time and I can see what you're looking at too, that's an issue.
You're lucky no one took your phone out of your hand. Usually an employee of the theater will come up and tell you too. If they notice it. So that is surprising. What do you think, little dog?
You know what I think? I think they're both assholes. That's what I think.
Everyone sucks.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment.
Because if you're gonna yell across the movie theater about that shit, you're kind of an asshole too. I mean, no nice person just yells in a movie theater.
That's
You
a
know what I
good
mean?
point. No, that's a very good point. Yeah. No one who of not asshole mentality
Exactly.
is going to be yelling. They would have just walked over and said something. So I like your point. That's a good perspective.
Yeah.
The comments are calling her not the asshole.
I mean, like I said, I see it, but on the flip side, Little Dog had a point. It's one of those.
They both
Everyone-
are. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone kind of sucked in that whole situation. Because it wouldn't have taken much for her to get up, walk out, and get an usher and be like, "Hey, lady has her phone on. It's distracting."
Yeah. There's a much more civil way to handle that situation.
God, I hate people.
I love this comment though. Everyone needs to listen to Jeff Goldblum.
What's as bad as that lady? So Marcel and I got tickets to a film down in Eugene, and there was nobody sitting next to us. We sit down. All of a sudden, this girl sits next to me, and she keeps staring at me for a good 30, 40 minutes, and then she gets up and moves over a seat. I was like, I bought these tickets a month ago, and there was nobody sitting around me. Don't come here and stare at me like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird behavior. Also, when you go to a movie theater, expect to see people. Don't be looking at anybody weird.
Yeah, the only time I looked over is when I happened to catch motion out of the corner of my eyes. Like, why is she staring at me? I've done nothing.
It's so strange. Yeah. Well, thank you both for being here for this quick supplemental last-minute saving grace of an episode because the real episode 58 got corrupted. You guys want to promote anything you're working on? You got any projects you're doing?
Not currently.
No, I ain't doing much these days.
Okay. Well, I hope you'll check us out on Spotify at Addicted. We come out every Friday. I hope you'll check out the YouTube Raising Lazarus for some gameplay videos. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. Check us out next week. Laz out. Peace. You guys can say bye too.
Goodbye, folks.
See ya.
I think Derpy wants to go to the bathroom.